We're in a goat heavy use area, folks, and we are gathering excrement, urine saturated soil and organic material here. Goat poops. Doing this on a small scale, just with a little chipping trowel here right now. Sometimes I use a spade trowel, sometimes I use my little shovel. I rarely use a big shovel. I just like to get up closer with the tool, closer with the material, and get it in scoop at a time. Handful at a time, or whatever we want to call it. Good dark material here. In the heavy use areas, especially when they're populated as much as they are in the winter, and goats are on dry feed and such, we have the maximal amount of this organic material. This in particular is going out right now. I'm loading up a trailer, these buckets, and I'm going out right now to return to the greenhouse, the 2,000 square foot greenhouse, where I have a half of a row prepared, dug by hand with a small spade shovel, tilled, if you will, with a small tool, over a foot deep, foot and a half. It's clay and sand there. Kind of hard to explain, but it is a mining site, and you get down below a foot, foot and a half through some clay-rich soil, and there's pure sand down there. So we kind of break through in places, bring up some sand, mix it around, and get more and more compost in there. So the end result is there's going to be very rich soil on top of a deep bed of sand out there. That's our greenhouse environment there on this property. It's different on the other property. Okay, so you can see this stuff gets caked, folks. It gets very thick. There's decaying hay and poops and all kinds of goodies here. So we're going to be planting turmeric in that row. Of course, that won't be sprouting for months, but it's a way of storing it and getting it in the ground, getting it to acclimate and start to root on its own pace. And we will be growing beets there for the near term. So after the beets are harvested, then later we'll be seeing turmeric. There may even be another stage in there of beets, or another crop of beets or carrots in that particular row. We'll see how it goes, because there's plenty of time for the turmeric. It's the first day of January 2025, New Year's Day, and we won't see turmeric emerging from the soil, sprouting up until May, late April, May time frame, when it really starts to get warm. But that's speaking for outdoors in the normal conditions where we've been growing it. Inside that greenhouse, we could be seeing it sooner. I'm thinking we could see it sprouting up in March. So it's going to be, dormant under there for at least 2 months. It gives us time to grow some other crop on top of it. And could always put the turmeric in later, but we have a certain strategy to build that up there and plant them beets and then build it up a little further when harvesting the beets before the turmeric emerges, and not disturb the soil in a major way. We're actually setting up a terraced structure there. So the goats are all hard at work around us. They're nibbling on peanut hay and some other grass hay. Later today, they'll be getting some pine in here as we're cutting some pine. All right, so I'm going to transfer this bucket over the trailer and continue to get a bit more. And then we'll get over to the planting site.